What's up, guys? We're back. Part 11 of Dark Souls 3. This will be, depending on how I want to do it, there will probably be, at most, 4 more parts after this. But it's probably more like 2 or 3. So today we're back at Lothric. We just defeated the dancer. Sorry it happened again. My internet kind of went out a little bit. It didn't go out completely, it just went to crap. About 6 minutes into when I started this episode the first time, so all you missed was us placing that basin right there by the knight. Blood came out. The sword shifted into his neck. Blood came out. Ladder came down, and now we're here. And I fought some stuff in there, got invaded, and then my internet went to crap. So you guys didn't really miss much, thankfully. Yeah, I died here. I got a little mad. Nice. These guys are very, very tanky. Oh my god, look at the damage. Okay. So, ooh, what did he drop? Probably a shard. Yeah. There was an item here. I don't remember what it was. It was nothing important. I will go ahead and tell you guys. I've done a lot of research, like trying to learn the lore of this game over the past few days, and how close is he? He's not that close. Okay. So there will be just a episode where it'll probably be the final part, or if not the final part, a side area. Where I just talk to you guys and tell you guys most of the lore that I know. Fuck. Come on now. Alright, well we got one of them. Good. Bad. Alright. Ooh, alright, got a chunk. Pretty sure we need 3 to level up our weapon. Pretty sure it's 3. Yeah, whatever. Oh. Yeah, the buff actually went through. This area is just like a tiny, small challenge area. Like, there's a bonfire right here. We're not gonna rest. Don't really need to. Don't want to pop anything. And there's just a small shortcut that puts us out right back where we came up for the first time. More progression. We have a chest. And in it, hood, robe, and skirt of prayer. Let's read those, shall we? Prince Lothric's robe. The prince, destined to be a Lord of Cinder, was cherished by the royal family, despite being born into illness, a frail and shriveled child. His swadding cloth were made of aged, coarse cloth used in ancient prayer, and are all that he has ever worn. Okay, so... Well, no, I'll explain it in time. I love the Alva set. I think it's pretty as heck. But this area is hard. We need to wear probably the best armor we can. What about this? My fat roll? Ooh. Okay. How about now? Oh, yeah, skinny roll. Slap that back on. Maybe we can wear Sigva. Oh no, never mind. Holy shit, I didn't realize the Katarina armor was that A, that heavy, and B, that, like, damage resistant. Silver Knight's pretty heavy. All the good armors in this game are heavy. Look how good that helmet looks on me. I love it. God, Smo's gauntlet, like his gauntlets alone weigh almost 10 pounds. Yeah, we're doing some fashion souls here. We have 3 of those. Alva's legs actually pretty good. We'll keep those. All right. We'll be getting a new full set of armor that we will be wearing soon enough. Okay, now we just need a helmet. We fat roll at 72? Yeah, we do. So it needs to be below 72. Needs to be below 71. Oh, that looks pretty stupid. Oh, jeez. Brass armor's really good. For its weight, it's probably the best armor we have. Oh, gotta change the helmet. Ugh. And the hands. This armor doesn't go with a lot of things. I guess we're just gonna have to wear the full breast set. We could mishmash, but look how bad that sticks out. I guess we'll just wear the breast set. Another chunk. That's good. Oh fuck! I expected them to die in one hit. while I have the chance. Okay. So, I'm deciding if now is a good time to talk about the lore. It will get discussed to give you guys who have not played, cannot play the DLC for this game in general, closure. Oh wow, he actually drank some. Oh, fuck it. Now as good a time as any. So these are the pilgrim butterflies. Not much is known about them. Upon closer inspection, they are made of like flesh and bone, but we don't know what they are. We don't know what they're doing. We do know that they are traveling to Lothric's highest peak, which is up there. Just like the pilgrims, like our friend who gave us the dark sigils, who ended up dying. Just like those pilgrims. But we can also see that the sky is now kinda fucked. And it looks very reminiscent of our dark sign. The dark sign is the sign of an accursed undead. The dark sign returns its bearer. Carriers of the dark sign are reborn after death and eventually lose their mind, turning hollow. And so it is, they are driven from their homelands. So unfortunately I cannot play it to show you guys, but it is learned that in the Ringed City, many things are revealed. But I'm trying to figure out how to like where to start for this, because there's a lot. This is gonna take a good like 5-10 minutes maybe. In the beginning, there was a furtive pygmy. Okay, no. In the beginning, there was no light. There was just dark. And in the dark, there is no passing of time. In this world, light is what is time passing. So before there was any light, there were just the archdragons, the archtrees, and the abyss. One day, fire just popped up. And in that fire, 4 souls were found. Gwen, the Lord Souls, Gwen took one. Nito took one. The Witches of Izalith, their mother took one. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters. But the 4th was a unique, special soul. The 4th one was the Dark Soul. The Dark Soul was taken by the first furtive pygmy, and he was the first human. The furtive pygmy with the Dark Soul was humanity. So go forward a little bit. The war starts to rage on between Gwen's knights and the dragons. Gwen enlists the help of the pygmies, the humans. They stand toe to toe. They are sent in first, kind of as the fodder, but they help in the war, and they are never credited for their work. And their weapons and arms were forged in the abyss. So Gwen, seeing that eventually, after a very long time, that his light began to fade, seeing that his light began to fade, he did many things. Since the Dark Soul itself is of the dark, humans were of the dark, and the gods were not. So Gwen feared that his Age of Fire, when it went out, that the humans would take over, for they are stronger, in the Age of Dark than in the Age of Light because of their dark soul. So, he placed a brand of fire that looks very much like the one we see in the sky behind us and our dark sign on the weapons and armors of the pygmies to keep them in check, to make sure they don't get way too powerful because they were forged in the Abyss. Now, the Abyss takes manifestation in a few ways. The most common, though, whenever we see in this game, whenever we see one of the like just little hollows burst into the big black goo monsters, that is the pus of man. That is the Abyss taking form in humans as pus, and it eventually changes them because they stare too long into the Abyss. But he brands them, and eventually he gives them the Ringed City. They were told it was a city to reward them for their help in the war. It was more of a prison. The gods walled it off. It was at the edge of the world, at the edge of time even, but it was at the edge of the world. He gave them the Ringed City and his youngest daughter. Now, it's most of it's speculation, but the daughter has the ability to stop their power of the Dark Soul. Basically, she doesn't freeze time, like everything just stops. She keeps the Age of Fire going by stopping their Dark Soul power. This is just kind of convoluted and weird. I'm not entirely sure myself, but her name was Philionor. She has this little egg thing that just suppresses their power and can just do some magic shit. Eventually, this firebrand is placed onto the humans themselves to read the description. To seal away the power. Carriers of the dark sign are reborn after death and eventually lose their minds, turning hollow, and so it is driven there from their homelands. So, with Gwyn placing this dark sign on the hollows, he unintentionally made hollows cannot be killed, and if after a certain amount of times that they die, they just lose their mind and become hollow. So, seeing the end of his Age of Fire, the Witch of Izalith attempts to recreate the first flame. She does not attempt to rekindle it like Gwyn did. She attempts to recreate it. Something goes very, very bad. Her soul is twisted into a boss from Dark Souls 1 called the Bed of Chaos, and demons are born. She tried to keep this chaos intact, like in check, for as long as she could, but chaos, true to its name, is not tameable. It spreads, demons are everywhere, and Gwyn, while still trying to find a way to stop the fire from going out, the first flame, he takes a group of his Silver Knights, the ones we saw at Anor Londo, and he goes to fight the demons in Izalith. He fails. He retreats, and in Dark Souls 1, and this game, in very certain spots, we find Black Knights, who are just the knights from that war who had been charred by Chaos Fire. So he retreats, and he's like, well, shit, this is not good. So he takes the rest of his knights, he leaves Anor Londo, and he goes to the first flame and kindles it by setting himself aflame. keep the Age of Fire going. Now, all the gods had left, except for Gwendolyn and Yorshka, and the dancer of the Boreal Valley, the boss we fought at the end of last episode. She was one of Guinevere's daughters. She was left behind for unknown reasons. So it is not explicitly stated, just an FYI, so take it with a grain of salt, I guess. But it's heavily implied that Guinevere, it is confirmed she leaves the city. She leaves the city, and it is heavily implied she becomes the queen of Lothric, the city we are in now. Now she comes here, and she urges the royal family. She starts this royal family, and she urges them to find an heir to link the First Flame. And that heir, after a long time, is Prince Lothric. But he has an older brother named Lorien, who... Lothric is born frail and weak, and he can't walk. He's just kind of a failure all around. But his older brother is a grand warrior, a magnificent fighter. He is the embodiment of your generic prince who's good at everything. And his weapon is scarred from killing the demon prince. So the Prince of Lothric killed the Prince of the Demons. Along this time, a scholar, who we do not know, but it is, again, heavily implied, not specifically stated, Big Hat Logan, or just a predecessor to Big Hat Logan, an imitator, urges Lorien, the youngest brother, the one that's to link the fire, to forego this prophecy and wait out the Age of Fire, since he is destined to link the fire. His brother, upon hearing this, Lorien is hold on, what's his name? The youngest brother. Oh, whoopsie. I'm sure his name's Lothric. Yeah, Prince Lothric. So not Lorien is the older brother. Lothric is the younger one. So Lothric heeds this great sage's advice. The scholar, who we will find later. He was the first scholar of Lothric. Well, no, he was not the first scholar, but the first scholar, aka probably Big Hat Logan, doubted the linking of the fire. He did not think it was right. He didn't think it was going to work. He was like, this is stupid. There has to be a better way. We shouldn't just throw ourselves as kindling towards this first flame. So his Lorien, Lothric's older brother, upon hearing this, is like, yeah, okay, I can get behind that. I'll protect you, little brother. And takes on his curse and fights for him. Not his curse, his burden of having to link the fire. So they are sitting at the top of Lothric Castle right now, waiting out the Age of Fire. And that's where we come in. The bell tolling, the bells ringing at the beginning of the game at Firelink Shrine, is the first flame itself ringing out in search of a champion, per se, to come link the fire. Now, so we are a soul of cinder. We are the ashes of previous people who failed to link the fire. So we've done this before, but we failed. We did not do it. Now, Yorm, the Abyss Watchers, and Aldrich, they all succeeded. But when they were brought back, they did not return to their posts. The only one who returned was Ludleth, the man sitting in his chair, the little man. So maybe they saw something after the fact that just does not make it worth it. They don't think it's the right idea. And it is also thought that Ludleth only partially linked the fire through some of his dialogue. So that is why we are called back, because we are ashes that failed to link the fire one time already. We are called back to gather up the Lords of Cinder, people who have previously linked the fire, to link it once more. And that is where the fifth highest chair comes in. We need to find the soul of Prince Lothric and now Prince Lorien, since they share the curse and they have the same soul, who are at the top of Lothric Castle. Right now, I think that's all. Oh, no. So that is from, we learned that from the Ringed City DLC. We learned that Gwen was the Grand Betrayer and placed the dark sign upon humanity and made us hollows. Gotta take a drink. So not every game, Dark Souls 1, there is a painting. We've discussed this before, the painted world of Ariamis. These painting worlds are a separate dimension that after a long time they decay and a new one must be painted. And in that painted world of Ariamis, there are other universes inside of that one. So there are other paintings of painted worlds inside the painted world of Ariamis. That is where the first DLC takes place, the painted world of Arendelle. We are sent there by a man named Gale. He's a lowly knight. He's a hollow who he's been around since the Age of Gods. He was there fighting with Gwen. He was part of the Slave Knights. They were undead. They could not die. They were sent in first as cannon fodder to wear down the enemy. And they were part of the people that were never credited. He is searching. Well, there is a painter in that world. She's a little girl. I don't know her name. But she is the painter of that world. He is searching for a pigment for her to paint a new world with that will be like the perfect world that will not rot or decay. We go in there, we do that DLC. The painted world starts to burn, because that's what they do. That whenever they paint a new world after the current one starts to decay, they burn it. And then they go into their next painted world. The new painted world will be painted with the Dark Soul. The Dark Soul itself, that is what Gale is looking for. So in the second DLC, the Ringed City, we are following in the footsteps of Gale, who has already been there and has already he's already ventured through. He's gone. He's already ahead of us. So we get there, and we are greeted by a heavily fortified city that is protected by someone named the Executioner Giant. He protects the city with the souls of previous people who tried to enter the city, who were not strong enough and fell victim. But after a while, we meet a lady. Again, I can't remember her name. I'm very sorry. This is a new character. This isn't someone else I've already talked about. We meet a lady who... Never mind, forget about her. There's better videos to watch, by the way, on the lore. I'm not doing a very good job. I haven't played it, of course. But we meet the Pygmy Lords. They ran their own city. They had a Lord Council. They had a royal family of Pygmies. And in the Ringed City was the Dark Soul, protected by Filianor. And this Dark Soul was on the royal family of the Pygmy, the Pygmy Lords. So after a bunch of hullabaloo, we fight a dragon named Dark Eater Madir. He was sent there. A dragon could not die. He was an archdragon. And he was sent there to halt, like, just to devour the abyss that threatened to spread. After a while, we get to Filianor. We touch the egg. She's in a deep slumber. We touch the egg. It crumbles. She looks up. It's a giant flash. And we are teleported somewhere. We don't know if it's in the future. We don't know if it is like Dark Souls 1, whenever we kill or try to attack the illusion of... oh gosh, so many names. Guinevere. And the city, the whole illusion is just thrown apart. We don't know if it's illusion, we don't know if it's in the past, we don't know if it's in the future. We are transported somewhere, a timeline, a version of the Ringed City that is desolate. It's just a ton of sand. It's at the end of time. And we meet Gale, who is still in search of the pigments of the Dark Soul to paint for his lady, who is awaiting him patiently in the painted world to paint the new picture. The blood is all dried up at this point. It is at the end of time. The blood is dried up, so he is feasting on a Pygmy Lord who has the Dark Soul. He ingests the Dark Soul himself. Okay. He ingests the Dark Soul himself, and he proceeds to fight us. We defeat him, obviously. We take the pigment back. She starts painting with a pigment of the Dark Soul, because the blood is now his. We take back the blood of the Dark Soul, because it's dried up. He ingested it to make it his own, to make it paintable with, because you can't paint with dry blood. We bring it back to her. She starts to paint. And then that's the end. That's it. She begins to paint a world that is cold, calm, and will be just a nice, peaceful place. So there is a whole lot of lore still to discuss. That is just all the stuff that is pertinent right now. What the hell? Fuck off. Ew. Large shard. Twinkling Titanite. I know that was a lot of rambling and I didn't do a super great job of explaining all of it. Another important piece of information. In the Ringed City, we meet these locusts. They're like human bugs who have been around since the beginning, and they follow. They go wherever the abyss goes. Like they follow the abyss, and we learn from them, or they say it's never like explicitly like, yeah, this is what happened. I couldn't heal there, so I need to concentrate and make sure I didn't get hit. We learned from these locusts that, or they say, at least, for they are depicted as, like, sirens of the abyss who lure men into it. They paint it in a very, very positive light. We learned... Can you fuck off, dude? Can't even get to him until later. We learn from them that they say the abyss was never meant as anything bad. It was never anything negative. Ooh, 2 chunks. So that's just a little, like, not super important tidbit. Like, we can't trust what they say, really, because they're seen as, like, sirens of the abyss. So that's all the boring lore talk for now. There will be much more later. But again, if you want, like, the best lore videos out there, I highly, highly, highly recommend you go watch Vati Vidya. The man's a great YouTuber, just as a YouTuber, and he makes amazing Souls videos. That's the combo. And we get a Great Lance and a Shard. Okay, so yeah, here we have a dragon who is very much alive, and there we have his bro. So Lothric is built on 3 pillars: dragons, their knights, and their royalty. So these are wyverns. These are not arch dragons. These are not real dragons. These are just really big wyverns. We're gonna kill that left one, and maybe the right one. I'm not sure. But it's gonna take a little bit, so I apologize. It's gonna be really boring to watch. But I ain't bobbing and weaving my ass through there. Okay, I do have some poison arrows. Can I use a... Nope, I ain't got the dex for it. Damn. I need 4 points. That's way too much. Yeah, like I said, this is gonna take a while. Okay, so I guess we're not gonna do this because I don't have enough arrows. I just don't. So if we can buy moonlight arrows, we'll do it, and if not, we'll just fucking work around it, I guess. So we'll just go back to Firelight. Sorry. Hopefully we can just buy them. Dark arrows. Those are okay. Oh yeah, we can buy the dancer stuff. Which we definitely will.
Ashen 1.
Might be able to get them from Grey Rat.
You know that I'm not a single man has returned from the castle unscathed, even back in the day. But I don't want to sit around and die a petty rat. And I consider myself your friend. Thank you for placing your trust in me. Don't you worry. I know Lothric like the back of my hand.
Sure you do, bud. This is a very, very strong greatsword. It's like one of the highest, just flat damage weapons in the game for strength. My armor. Fire arrows. It does, but oh, you only get 40.
Goodbye, Doosty.
We're gonna pop some souls because we can do this with 99 of these. I'm confident that we can.
Oh, and
alright, so it's 80.
goodbye.
Need another 10,000 souls.
Oh, and goodbye.
Ah, just wasn't neat.
Alright, we need one more chunk to upgrade.
Pretty big.
Yeah. I never played Lothric. Or no, this is Yorm. So, while we're here, more lore talk. This is just a little info on why they, every person linked to the flame. Ludlith, we don't know. We don't know why Ludlith did it. Aldrich, little literal slime ball over there, he did not do it of his own volition. He did it because he was a priest of a faction known as the Way of White. They were the biggest religion at the time of the gods, in the Age of the Gods. They were in Orlando, they worshipped Gwyn in his Age of Fire, and they did everything they could to protect it. He was a clergyman of the Way of White who just decided to start eating stuff, eating people. And he became a threat. So he was very, very strong. So they sacrificed him as a lord of sinners. He did not do it of his own free will. Yorm, he did it to put out the profaned flame that we discussed earlier. The profaned flame was born from a curse, and you cannot put it out. the abyss is within that flame, and whatever used it ate away at the heart. And Yorm gave up himself to put out the profaned flame. It didn't work, as we could see while we were there. It's still going. That was the big bowl of flame. That was the profaned flame. It didn't work, and it melted every resident of the profaned capital. Because you could tell that, like, the throne room, the building, hell, even the cups were still intact, but the humans, they did not make it. So he burned the one thing he was protecting. The Abyss Watchers, they did it. I'm not entirely sure why they did it. I don't know, I'm guessing to stop the Abyss. Everything they did was in the name of stopping the Abyss. I'm not sure. I'll have to look that up. I'll tell you guys later. But I do have some lore on them later, just a little bit. Alright, I'm back, you dragon bitches. Okay, so the right one, I know how to kill that one. That one's easy. The left one, on the other hand, I don't know how to kill that thing. So I've always just shot it with arrows. I'm sure there's an easier way. I'm sure there's a way you're supposed to do it. I don't know what that is, unfortunately. So we're just gonna... We're just gonna ping away at him. Actually, I want to hit him in the head. I want to see how much that does. 51. What does this do? 36. What does this do? 44. We'll shoot him in the hand. I know this is exhilarating gameplay, guys. Very high stakes. Very tense. But at least I'm doing this with the most damaging hero I could. I could just have bought a fuck ton of wood arrows and we would literally be here for hours. Because in the hand, I'm pretty sure it would do like 4 damage. These moonlight arrows are lit though. Oh, this is gonna take a while. But it's fine! We're doing good damage. If my stamina will go back up. God, if only I had like editing software that I could use, then I could just speed this up. Why'd they do 42? Do I have arrows other than foot arrows? Oh, no, I don't. So we're gonna have to end up using those at some point. I just pray we have enough. We got him a good bit below half. For our last three, we're gonna hit him in the head. Never mind. Alright, we're out of moonlight arrows, unfortunately. With these 17 compared to 15. Yeah, let's do this. Just pray we have enough. Please let this be enough. Really wish I could use the dragon bow. We're not gonna have enough. That's awkward. there any rings we can put on? Try this one. That's awkward. I mean, we can use this, but we can't aim them for some stupid reason. Exploding. I did hit him. I hit him. I'm doing it, Ma. Oh yeah, we got him. Damn, that Cleranthi ring is missed. Oh yeah, we're gonna get his ass. That'll be the next two. Last one. Huzzah! Oh. Oh yeah, the other one dies too. Oh, Eleonora. We forgot to read this. We picked them up from the, Oh, another thing. The weird hand babies with the crystallized whatever's on them. Those were they were handmaidens. And they are the ones that carried the curse that started it, and they were transformed into this. Eleonora. A strange weapon found among malformed inhabitants of the profaned capital. The profaned flame was triggered by the curse of these women's relative of a certain oracle, but despite their capability, they went on living without any cures. There we go. Now we can cross with impunity. Some lightning urns. An Ember. Fine gem. Another Ember. Okay. raw gem. A large soul. Okay, so this is gonna be a bit of a pickle. That's why. What? Ow. Shit. Please now. Oh, jeez. Alright, now we have the Irithyll Rapier. Check the chain. Not a mimic. Grab a Titanite scale for our troubles. Check the chain. Doesn't appear to be a mimic. Can't tell. Check the chain. It's not a mimic. 2 Twinkling Titanite. It's not a mimic. And another Twinkling Titanite. Let's read the Irithyll Rapier, shall we? Interesting weapon. Very different design from the straight sword. Thrusting sword bestowed upon the Outrider Knights of the Boreal Valley. This weapon is shrouded in frost and causes frostbite. Every Outrider Knight one day devolves into a beast, constantly hounded by Pontiff Sulivan's black eyes. What? What? How the fuck was that axe guy still alive? I'm tilted. But it's fine. We can just run right back down there. Because we slew some dragons. Well, technically some wyverns, but it counts. Oh yeah, halberd! Woo! Well, that's bad. Oh, that's really bad. Please. I did not want to swing a third time, but it's fine. That ain't. Oh, wow, that did a lot. went better than I expected. Oh, we got their chest piece, which is nice. There's nothing over here. It's just literally here if you want to kill them. Which I did. Oh my god, the frames. Another large shard. That... Oh, I thought that was like a banner like that. And I was like, that ain't right. God, frames, please. Yeah, he pops, as you can see. We did not want him doing that. Another chunk. Now we can upgrade. Another chunk. Also, don't want him popping. That would also be pretty bad. Fortunately, we have to drop down 2 more times, but it's not that bad. More lightning urns. Stuff we'll never use. What? It didn't die. It didn't die! Motherfucker. Oh, still got it. We are just drowning and twinkling now. Thank you for the throwing knives, I guess. Oh yeah, there's one of these fucks up here. I rolled. Oh, there it was. Yep, fair. Uh-oh. Yeah, they can do that. They're called the Winged Knights. They're basically angels. Ooh, and a useless crossbow. Crossbows are completely useless in every Souls game. Like, it's kind of astounding how just fucking bad they are. Because you can't aim them. They're all really bad except for like 2 for PvP. And that's the Evelyn from like Dirk 2, which fired 3 bolts. And I'm sure there's one in this game. And we get an undead bone shard, fuck yeah. So we'll be up to 12 Estus that are +7. Wow, that was lucky. Let me guess, knife. I don't know, big knife. Damn thing's just sticking out of my ribs. Oh, the frames. Whew. Shit sucks. Alright. Yeah, I thought it was a chunk, which is good for us now. I don't think there's a path to the left. No, there is not. So we're gonna rest, and then we'll go up to the main gate, which is the progression. And then we have a little bit more, and then that'll be the end of this episode, because the Grand Archives is a whole different beast. And I don't want to... that would take too long tonight, because there's other stuff I want to play, aka Monster Hunter World. And there's also... I don't want to get, like, part of the way through it and then, like, pick back up. Gotta roll through the explosive barrels. Okay. Little fucker, come here. Head ass. Dude. Another scale. It's good. The chest there and an item here. Magic buff, pretty much useless. I didn't even check. I completely forgot. That was incredibly dumb. Had that been a normal mimic, we would have been dead. That was almost really bad. But we did get 3 scales for our troubles, so it's fine, I guess. Why did he just run off the edge? Oh, longsword! Woo! So unique. Yeah, over here. Another chunk, God bless. We're getting plenty of chunks now. And here, this is right. If you kill the Titanite skill. We need to kill the infected bit, and I'm pretty sure that's how you kill the dragons, like the first time around. I know it kills this one, but I'm not sure if that's how you actually do it. Very adamant. I'll give you that. Fire bombs.
Hey.
They're weak to fire. 1 second. What's up, Charms? Oh, there's the fire bombs. I'm blind. We're gonna use the black ones first because we'll never use these for anything else, and they do the most damage. I'm good. I'm good. Finally getting over the bronchitis I've had for like the past week. How are you? None of those. Easy peasy lemon. You get 2 chunks and 2 embers. It's really good. And as you can see, the dragon disappeared. So I know that's how you kill this one, and I think you kill the other one later. We'll find out very soon. And each drops a large shard. That's good. Large soul. This will open that main gate. It's a little shortcut. Not have to deal with all this firebomb baloney to our right. Although I am kind of scared of that guy, because he will kill us. But I mean, the gate is open, so it's not a huge deal. was gonna say, hopefully we'll get lucky and he'll buff his sword. Oh, please. I was greedy. I'm sorry. He's dead. Easy peasy. And he gave us a large shard. Yeah, there's a guy providing the buffs. We don't want to fight him yet. We'll go up a little bit further. This is where I thought. Actually, we will kill this guy because we won't be coming back through here unless we die. Did the buff go away? Nope, of course not. Ow. I will take that trade all day. What do you give us? Another helmet and a chunk. This one was nice to us. Fortunately, we already had the helmet. I think the only thing I'm missing is the legs at this point. There's nothing else down here. Oh. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I assumed, because obviously the first thing that goes to my head is not that people are gay, but that's nice, I'm happy for you. Where are the dragons? What the hell is that sound? Oh. Ew. So the boss is there. Boss is relatively easy. So that'll be our final thing. I mean, I'm sure you don't. Like, oh, we get to summon Aegon. I hate to use this term because I don't think it's an actual thing, but going by definition, I guess, I'm pan, so like, I don't have any problem with that. Again, I'm not any different from anybody else either, so it's nothing. An elevator here. Oh yeah, this one doesn't move yet. Whoops. Yeah. Got the red tearstone ring, which is a really good ring from Dark 1. Yeah, I would. Personality's the biggest thing for me. I would date anyone as, like... I think they're straight, bi, and gay. I don't think pansexuality is an actual thing. Because I think everyone should date based on personality, but yeah, going by that strict definition, then yeah. this part sucks. We have to run the gauntlet. Ooh. Okay. I want to lure the Axeman far away from the archers. Holy shit. He almost dies in 3, so whenever we go back and level up before the boss, hopefully he'll die in 3. I'm not sure why he wouldn't. Oh. Roll 8 my attack. Oh, there's nothing over there. I know there's a knight down here. He's down the hallway. There he is. Does make sense if bi is for appearance and the other is for personality, but what if it's... I just think everyone should date. Like, you should date whoever you want. I think you should date based on that person's personality. Not like, ooh, that person's hot. Personality first. I think that's how everyone should look at it, but that's just my opinion. You can call your sexuality whatever you want. You can go by whatever you want. I don't care. Uh-oh. Please now. Ow. Please now. Oh fuck, he ain't dead. Dummy. I know. Like, obviously I have, like, things I look for in looks and people, but again, personality first. God, they're just drowning me in scales. This is great. And twinkling. And we got praise the sun. Now we can meme it up. Plus I can be a sun bro. There will be more lore on this later. Who am I assigned to right now? Dark Moon? Way of Blue, what the fuck? No, but butts are nice. I can't be a... Aw. Okay. I guess I'll be a Blade of the Dark Moon. If I can't be a Sunbro yet. Let me just get on the shortcut. So all that's left is... I did take the elevator down, right? Wait. Yeah, tone butts over bubble butts. Can't talk. Just trying to piece together the map in my head. Oh, okay. Wow. That went about as poorly as it could go. Oh my god. That's fine. That's fine. It's fine. I don't know how to get down there, so I dropped. I had to have missed it, like, unless that's a part that you come back through way far ahead, then I had to have missed this part. Did you just graduate this year, or? Supposed to drop. Oh, okay, I am. Okay. Oh, shit. Okay. My man's angry. I understand. What grade are you in? Oh god, they're a lot tankier. What? Okay. I knew he could buff him and make him stronger. I didn't know he could heal him. That's bullshit. Oh my god! This is going about as poorly as it possibly could have. Oh, my frames. You're a furry. Okay. I mean, no disrespect when I say this, but is that a joke? Okay. You're actually. Well, that's fine. But like, that sounds. So how long? Well, like, how long have you been homeschooled? Like, what year? If you were still in school, what year would you be? Oh my god, the frame drops. Jesus. Where the hell am I going? I knew that went here. I knew it. Yeah, I'm a senior. This is my last semester. It's kind of depressing to think about, honestly. I'm 17. I'll be 18 in May. Oh no, please. Don't puke on me. Oh god, roll inside, please. What? Life is just the worst. Jeez Louise. No. My dad, he passed away, this past May. And my mom, it wouldn't affect her. She wouldn't care, so. It's fine. I haven't talked about it on the channel because it didn't feel like something that Just needed to put a video out for it. That's why I was gone from the channel for like 6 months, probably. One second. I'd rather not. Like, no offense, but like, even my close friends I don't talk about it to them, really. Oh my god. And it's hard to think about. But it was just a lot of things that shouldn't have happened in a row. Maybe I can firebomb them from up here. Hopefully it doesn't throw me over the cliff. Okay. Oh yeah. I didn't think I would have been able to walk on this. I'm sorry to hear that. Dad was like a single parent raising me and my sister, and a lot of stuff happens and shouldn't. I don't think I've ever gotten this item. No, just a soul. Yeah, I've never been in this part down here. Mimic. Uh-oh. That's how you get that? Oh. Huh. It's fine. You had no way of knowing, and B, it's just like hard to think about. I was really close with my dad. Oh wait, I don't want to go up there. Yeah, they do. Good ones die young. Alright, so we have plenty of souls. We can upgrade our weapon. We can put a shard into the bonfire. What in the world? Hold on just a second.